No, they not like us. No, they not like us. What? They not like us. No, they not like us. No, they not like us. Are you my friend? No.
You don't belong with me. What you worried about him for and you with me?
I gotta get that lick back.
Go ahead. Hold on, no.
That's what he said.
If I'm married and my wife is going to join trolling her ex, go.
Hello everyone, welcome to this edition of Viral. I'm your host as always, Kendra Dix here. Glad you can join us here on Virals. We talk about Serena Williams being dissed by Stephen A. Smith. Serena Williams, who is a tennis professional, longtime Wimbledon champion, went to the Super Bowl to support Kendrick Lamar and did the Crip Rock. Serena Williams had got a controversy from Stephen A. Smith that had a lot of people rubbing him the wrong way. We'll talk about it in a minute. But first thing first, join in the conversation using the hashtag Viral here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on Viral. On Viral, we talk about Serena Williams. Yes, Serena Williams, a longtime Wimbledon champion. Serena Williams had went to the Super Bowl halftime performance show to do the Crip Walk right here.
No, they not like us. No, they not like us. What? They not like us. No, they not like us. No, they not like us. Are you my friend? No.
All right, you thought she was doing the Crip Walk for certain cell preferences and stuff, but she did it for certain reasons. Serena tried to get her revenge on her ex Drake, and look at right here, Serena Williams doing her Crip Walk once again. Well, we thought that was going to be in the story. Even Serena put right here that was in the story that she was invited by Drake. Well, Serena did what she needed to do, and Serena got the backlash from a unfamiliar person who don't know nothing about marriages and relationships. Take a look who said it.
Great. Were together at one point in time.
Right.
And it seemed like everybody wanted to get their lick back on Drake.
RC's, what Stephen A. is saying, if he was in that situation and now he's married, he's not allowing none of that's happening.
Hold on, no.
That's what he said.
If I'm married and my wife is going to join trolling her ex, go back to his ass. Because clearly you don't belong with me. What you worried about him for and you with me?
I gotta get that lick back.
Go ahead, RC.
Stop it.
What?
Stop it, Stephen A.
This is true.
If you with Serena Williams, you're gonna be a kept man anyway. Don't start that.
Really?
You ain't gonna run the house. You're not gonna wear the pants.
You know about that.
You sure
Ask
about
a question.
that?
Hold on.
RC's hilarious. He said you're going to be a cat man.
Oh, hate it. Yeah.
Okay.
I think Alex is doing pretty well. You know, he found and read it. And he sold Reddit for a good couple change. I think he okay.
Yeah, he got
like I said, I know Alex.
Hold on. Dio got something to say. Dio got something to say. Go ahead, Dio. You got something to say?
Stop.
He's raising his hand. We got to hear from Dio.
I want to hear this one.
Well, I did not know that Serena dated Drake, so not everybody does, Shannon. Not surprisingly.
Oh, my God.
But
Yeah, Stephen A. Smith putting out there that he says that he was married to Serena Williams. He would want to dump her, divorce her, and leave her out for just focus on your ex, and then you ain't focusing on me. I mean, hey, if Serena wants to troll Crip Walk about her ex while her ex nemesis is doing a song about him, why not? But a lot of people didn't see that coming from Stephen A. Smith. We know he from being a sports commentator and what's going on with him.
Here are some exclusive comments that Stephen A. Smith made recently, right now, about the comment by Serena Williams. Let's hear what he had to say.
Watch towards an ex. And I got people up in the tizzy, not just on social media. I got people that work with me, people that work for me. Nah. Somebody said Ryan Clark actually tried to save me from myself. Well, I wasn't trying to be saved. I got this opinion. What, am I going to jail for it? I'm going to get cuffed and thrown behind bars because I'm acknowledging what some men want, what some men feel. If your woman is showing energy towards an ex, that involves feelings, that involves emotions, which might make a man be introspective. I had one of my boys sit up there and say to me, well, then that just means you're insecure. Why would you say that publicly? Who cares? You know how many men out here are insecure? Ladies, a lot of us are insecure. We want to have that discussion? Want to have that discussion? You want me to get emotional? Hold on. Here's some tissue, Michael, please. I mean, do I need to get emotional? Ladies and gentlemen, I cry sometimes. Ladies and gentlemen, I get a bit emotional sometimes. Sometimes I feel alone. Sometimes I just want to be held. All of these things are true. Now, you don't express it the way a woman expresses it, and I'm joking around, obviously, in fashion that I did say it, but every emotion that I expressed is true. I've cried before. I've been lonely before. I've wanted to be held before. There's sometimes I come home from a hard day's work, and guess what? Some sex ain't on my mind. I just want to lay down. I just want to lay my head on my lady's couch, on my lady's lap. I'm sorry. I want my head rubbed. I want my shoulders massaged. I want that back rub. I want affection. What, I'm a wuss now? That mean I ain't holding it down? That's what we doing? Be careful before you answer that question, fellas. Valentine's Day's Friday. Forgot about that, didn't you? Valentine's Day is coming up. It's Valentine's Day weekend. Perfect time to express your emotions. Set the stage from now. Listen to your boy. I'm just trying to tell you, okay? My married boy, Galen, especially, because you know him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he got to be, he got to be Dr. Phil one day and Dr. Drew the next. You're always trying to get in. It's always timed around Valentine's Day and birthday and stuff like that. He think he's slick, but it's okay. All right, it's all right. It's okay. We want to be in touch with our emotions. All I'm saying, folks, is that every man is not secure under every situation and circumstance. And through no fault of a woman, sometimes you'll find yourself in a precarious situation with a man because of his own insecurities that he may or may not have verbalized to you. If you had, and this is not clearly what Serena did, so again, I'm not talking about her. Fellas, what if you had your woman and she saw a friend, just a friend, never been with him, or he could be gay, or it could be something, and what if you had a woman and just in your presence, she just ran and jumped into the arms of another man? Right in front of you. Clearly wasn't doing anything. Totally innocent. He could be just a friend. But she leaped off her feet and jumped into his arms. How would you feel? You insecure then? What if you ran in to a female friend of yours in the presence of your girl, and you picked her up off her feet and spun her around and gave her this beautiful big hug? How you think your girl would feel about it? See, we want to act like I'm speaking a foreign language, but we know better. There's a lot of us out here that have insecurities. Last time I checked, that's human. If y'all disagree, I'm sorry y'all lying and you choose to lie to the public, even if it's to yourself. But that's just me. I don't want to be somebody that just spews this rhetoric and I don't get a perspective from someone different than myself. So I'm going to introduce my next guest.
Well, we want to hear what you people had to say. You people had a lot to say. Let's hear what you people had to say on what the people say here on Viral.
Halftime show. As a man who debates other men about other men doing things better than me, I'm the most qualified to talk about Serena Williams.
Man, shut up. You've never even been married before.
Exactly. I never give a woman the chance to dance to a song about her ex at a Super Bowl? Like, you can't get over your man? Do you know how humiliating that is to me? Bro, I'm insecure. Like, all these dumb takes I say with absolute confidence is just a cover-up for how I don't think a woman could ever love me and take this hairline seriously.
Hey, yo, bro, that got serious. Are you good?
No, I loved my career more than any woman. That's why I walk into a stadium like I'm the star athlete, like I'm LeBron James. But really, I would trade all of that for the love of a woman reciprocated to me. That, like, I show all this love to men, but LeBron will never love me back. I divorced Serena Williams.
Club you have never entered is interesting yet on par behavior for Stephen A. Smith. And to say that if he was married to one of the greatest of all time athletes, Serena Williams, that he would divorce her because she appeared in Not Like Us during the Super Bowl halftime show. So my ex is allowed to talk about me for years in his songs and I don't say nothing. And the minute that a diss track about my ex is released and I'm asked by a friend if I want to join in on the performance, why would I not take the opportunity? Your logic is saying that it is okay for Drake to talk about Serena for years in his songs and talk about her husband and she doesn't respond. But the moment she joins in an appearance during a performance of a diss track based on her ex, that's taking it too far? But that logic is why some of y'all are still single or not in long-term relationships. And you know who is not bothered by Serena Williams' appearance in this performance? Her husband, because you know what he's been doing since that appearance? Reposting the videos. Hating from outside a club you have never entered is interesting yet on par behavior for Stephen A. Smith. And to say that if he was married to one of the greatest of all time,
know that he would have divorced Serena Williams for her performance at the NFL halftime show. While I don't need to tell you that Serena Williams is a 4-time Olympic gold medalist, I may need to let you know that Stephen A. Smith is a longtime sports commentator. When I talked about this earlier, a lot of people didn't know who he was. And while the rest of us were having a good time enjoying Kendrick's performance, Stephen wanted to let us know that if he were married to Serena Williams and she decided to participate in something that had to do with her ex, he'd tell her to go back to him. She and Alexis Ohanian have 2 children and have been married for 8 years. And Alexis, for his part, was pretty happy with the performance and posted his support. Now, Stephen himself is not married, and while 2 other men on the show thankfully did try to shut down this line of thinking, I think it's important to talk about not because I want to give Stephen a platform, but because it's indicative of problems that we're having with men commentating on women's sports. Stephen A. Smith has been involved in sports for long enough to know that this moment was not just about Drake. Not only is Serena Williams also from Compton just like Kendrick, but at the 2012 Olympics, after she won her gold medal in London, she sea-walked, and she was heavily criticized for that moment. This was also a reference back to that point of her own greatness, and a statement that aligns with the message of the song. They Not Like Us criticizes the idea of being a poser, of changing yourself from your true self to what you think is commercially viable, something that Serena Williams didn't do, and something that all these years later she's able to celebrate on one of the biggest stages in sports. See, Stephen A. Smith did what a lot of men do. He looked at this moment and he made it about another man in this woman's life. And unfortunately, we've seen men in these positions continue to be unable to speak about professional athletes when they're women as simply professional athletes. 2 other moments among many come to mind, one of which being Pat McAfee's issue with Caitlin Clark, which he did apologize for, and the other being Shaq's appearance on Angel Reese's podcast, where he continually fixated on the idea of Angel Reese wearing short shorts and dunking in order to sell tickets. There is nothing wrong with men commentating on women's sports. What is wrong is these men not being able to commentate on them respectfully. And these moments happening like this are the reason why we see young women drop out of sports, and why we see women of all ages continue to say that sports are not welcoming to them as fans. And we absolutely have to do better. Stephen A. Smith
said, if I was married to Serena and she went to the Super Bowl to troll her ex, she can go ahead and go back to him because she obviously don't want to be with me. Yes, Serena Williams was trolling Drake. Do y'all remember the backlash that Serena Williams got for Crip walking at a tennis event? Do y'all remember that? Because she was being too reckless and too ghetto in that white space. They didn't think about that point at all. It was all about Drake. Oh, Serena only there because Drake is her ex and she wanted to troll Drake. No, she's at a Super Bowl, a predominantly white event, and she's Crip walking again. 2 things can be true at once. She got the troll Drake and she got the Crip walk like she did before. Yeah, if she cared about her ex that much. Nigga, Drake has been mentioning her and her husband in his songs for a while. Unprovoked. But now that she joining in on the trolling, now it's, oh, you don't care about your husband. You obviously miss Drake and hope, oh, she's still in love with Drake. No. So Drake can troll all he want to, but when somebody else troll back, now it's, see, she still want Drake, see? Very surface level thinking. Y'all got to do better. Also, Stephen A. Smith is 57 years old and never been married. We not listen to you when it come to marital advice. Stephen A. Smith said,
Stephen A. Smith called out Serena Williams for being part of Kendrick Lamar's halftime performance.
No.
That's what he said.
If I'm married and my wife is going to join trolling her ex, go back to his because clearly you don't belong with me.
Williams made a surprise appearance during Kendrick's halftime show, dancing to Drake diss song Not Like Us. Williams is married to Reddit founder Alexis Ohanian, but dated Drake back in 2011. Smith then followed it up saying,
What you worried about him for and you with me?
I gotta get that lick back.
Steve,
Her marriage by partaking.
Don't be. This lady has a lot.
Was Serena Williams disrespecting her marriage by partaking in the Kendrick Lamar beef by performing at the Super Bowl? Stephen A. Smith is under the impression that due to the fact that Serena Williams is married, she should not be crip walking, condoning Kendrick's beef with Drake, being that Drake is her ex. Who gives a fuck? Let's be clear. Serena Williams is from Compton. Duh. Serena Williams crip walked once upon a time at Wimbledon and the white people gasped. Let's really be honest here. Drake made a whole song that was talking about her husband, so light-skinned boy started it. That's just it. She shouldn't be expected to take the high road. Ain't nobody a part of their marriage. So who said that the man wasn't even there cheering her on? Come on. Like, we got better things. Like, let's worry about the NBA. Let's worry about why Luka got traded. Let's get to the tea. Leave Serena alone and let the lady G walk in peace. Was Serena Williams
Would put up with Serena Williams.
Oh my God.
Check it out. Everyone is still talking about the Kendrick Lamar halftime show. Some people loved it. Some people hated it. But one of the biggest talking points was the Serena Williams cameo. Remember, Serena Williams and Drake used to date. So everyone thought that was her big gotcha moment to get back at Drake. That's everybody but Stephen A. Smith, because here's what he had to say on ESPN First Take this morning.
Hold on, no.
That's what he said.
If I'm married and my wife is going to join trolling her ex, go back to his ass. Because clearly you don't belong with me. What you worried about him for and you with me?
I gotta get that lick back.
Go ahead,
Stop it. Stop it.
What?
Stop it, Stephen A.
This is true.
If you with Serena Williams, you gonna be a kept man anyway. Don't start that.
Really?
You ain't gonna run the house. You're not gonna wear the pants.
You know about that.
Now, that was Ryan Clark trying to stick up for Serena Williams, but I think Stephen A. Smith make a good point. Fellas, if your wife rolled over to you and said, hey, I'll be right back, I gotta go troll my ex on the Super Bowl stage, would you say, okay, I'm cool with it? Or would you say, hey, why are you worried about him? You're my wife and the mother of my kids. Fellas, y'all gotta let me know in the comments. Steve,
Clearly you don't belong with me. What you worried about him for and you with me?
I gotta get that lick back.
Go ahead, hold on, no.
That's what he said.
If I'm married and my wife is going to join trolling her ex, go back to his ass. Because clearly you don't belong with me. What you worried about him for and you with me?
I gotta get that lick back.
Go ahead, hold on, no.
Never entered is interesting yet on par behavior for Stephen A. Smith and to.
In what fucking universe would Serena Williams be married to Stephen A. Smith? I mean, I'd be legitimately surprised if she let you kiss her left pinky toe.
Hating from outside a club you have never entered.
You people did not hold back one bit. You people let it be known that Stephen A. Smith was wrong for his comments. Some of y'all were agreeing with him, but majority of you was saying that he was wrong. He should have stepped out and stayed out Serena's business. It wasn't his business to know what was going on, but he wanted to put his 2 cents in it and let it be known that he wanted to be heard. You can tell a lot of his talking heads, his panel steps, Stephen A. Smith, Ryan Clark, and Don Canassi didn't even know Drake and Serena were dating. It was rumored, but it was speculated, but we don't know. But a lot of you people did not hold back and lashed out at it. We thank you for what you said on what people say. Well, that's going to do it here on Viral as we talked about Serena Williams being called out by Stephen A. Smith And Stephen A. Smith looking mum's the word. I've been your host, Kendra Dix, saying so long. We'll see you next time for another edition of Viral.